everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome everybody to Sports World Radio. I am the host, Jeff Ascow. We got a jam-packed show like we do each and every day here of Sports World Radio. Lots and lots and lots to get to. The hell is that? Is that Sean's new... Oh, that's disgusting. I'll get to that in just... I can't believe you just... Oh, that's disgusting. I'll get to that in just a minute. Let's get all the particulars out of the way. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show. To listen to Sean and I do this thing each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central...
If you live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
Sean, that's disgusting. Sean, that's disgusting, that picture you have on Spreaker. I'm just telling you right now.
Check out the Sports World Radio one.
That's even worse. Okay? The one that's on Skype, that's even worse. You should not allowed to be putting that up there. Let's finish with all the particulars first, and we'll get into the show. 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. If you have Skype, just find us on Skype. We're Sports World Radio Show on Skype. We're Sports World Radio Show on Skype. If you want to give us a call, go right ahead, just like Laura did yesterday. Maybe we'll be lucky, and we'll get Laura again today. That's right. We had a female on the line with us for a big portion of the show yesterday. That was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys got to listen to that. I hope you guys got to listen to yesterday's show. We had Albert Hainsworth on the show yesterday in the second half of the first hour of the show. From about the bottom of the first hour till the top of the second hour. It was kind of nice. We had him there on the show for about a half hour. So also Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio, Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio, as well as Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio, Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. We are all over the social media. SWRshow@gmail.com. That's SWRshow@gmail.com is the email address to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio as well. With all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, I got one more particular. Head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com. Click our donate button and donate to Sports World Radio and help us keep us doing what we'd like to do here on Sports World Radio. And that's entertain you guys with some kick-ass sports entertainment every single day, Monday through Friday. Now, with all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that rat bastard himself, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Welcome to Sports World Radio. And yesterday was very entertaining. It was fun. It was hysterical. But it's a new day. 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which is 3:07 p.m. on the West. It is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2015, and I have been having so much fun with my Facebook and everything, uploading the Patriots Boston sports photos. I'm glad
disgusting.
you all like it. Yeah, what do you mean?
That's disgusting, dude. I hate to tell you that.
Well, when you go on Facebook, Jeff, you can take a look at the new cover photo I just uploaded.
Oh, God, really? Do I really have to? Come on, man.
He's on Facebook.
Oh, that's
You're probably looking at it
disgusting.
right now.
That's gross. Why'd you have to put it up there twice, man? It's like you had anything to do with any one of those. One, two, and okay, now, okay. First of all, you were not a Patriots fan in 2004. in 2003 and in 2001. Were you?
I went for them. Yeah.
No. You were a Jets fan in 2004. You were a Jets fan in 2003. And you were a Jets fan in 2001. Correct?
I think so. I don't know. I'm having another bottle of champagne to celebrate all this winning.
No. I'm not. I am not letting you get away with this. You were not a Patriots fan 2001, 2003, or 2004. Only 2014. That's the only one you can claim. The hell's the matter with you?
Don't worry, I'll go to the nice mall and I'll go get some nice shopping and get my Patriots championship.
Do you know who else would do something like that?
What? Who?
Skip Bayless. You remind me of Skip Bayless with a move like that.
I am not even close
yes,
to being
you are.
compared to Skip Bayless.
Yes, you are.
He changes his mind all the time.
Yes, you are. You were not a Patriots fan in the years of 2001, 2003, and 2004. We had this discussion on this very show yesterday.
We did? I can't remember. I was having too much champagne and having a great time.
We had this very discussion on this very same show yesterday when we had Laura on the line with us, and she even ripped you for the same thing I'm ripping you right now.
Yeah, but there's not one thing you could do about it. I am just so
bring
happy
it on
that they won. They're champions, and too bad, Lopez. All your crappy
Watch
folk
this.
here is gone.
I don't want to see this. Oh, goodbye. See ya. Oh, I don't want to see this. Goodbye. Off my timeline it just went. How about that?
You just deleted it, huh?
I just took it off my timeline.
Mine thing that I just uploaded for a cover photo?
Doesn't belong, because you're wrong. Mr. Stat Boy is wrong. Because you were not a fan of that team. You were a New York Jets fan back then. 2001, 2003, 2004, back then. You were a Jets fan. You were not a New England Patriots fan. You didn't convert to a New England Patriots fan until 2011 or 2012. So don't give me none of your garbage, okay? I know that for a fact because you did it on this show. I know it for a fact. So don't tell me, 4 Super Bowls, yeah. No, you get one. That's all you get, one.
What happens when I buy a hat and I can upload a picture of me, take a selfie, and then I can show that I got a Patriots hat with 01, 03, and 04 and 2014.
You don't deserve to wear. You don't deserve to wear that hat because you were not a Patriots fan then.
I can deserve to do whatever I want,
See?
Jeff.
That's a Skip Bayless move.
You or Josh Lopez or anybody can do about it.
That's a Skip Bayless move.
If you guys are so upset about it, you can feel free to block me on Facebook.
I
if
just
you want.
deleted
your. That.
I just deleted my post I just deleted your post from my stuff on Facebook because there's no reason for that, none whatsoever. Because you know deep down in your heart that I'm right. You know I'm right. You know damn well I'm right. You were not a New England Patriots fan those years. You didn't convert until Tim Tebow made you convert when he went to the Jets. So you can't claim them.
It's my Facebook, Jeff. I can do whatever the heck I want, and there's not one thing you can do about it.
Yes, there is. I deleted it from my page, so nobody that sees my page gets to see it now. I just deleted
but everybody
it from my
else
page.
can go ahead and look at it too and enjoy looking at that nice Patriots cover photo.
But you are 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Because you were not a fan of the New England Patriots then. So you are 100% wrong. In that retrospect, you are Skip Bayless. 100%
In that retrospect,
wrong.
Somebody's jealous that I go
I'm
for
not
the Boston
jealous.
sports team.
No, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm just trying to fix your stupidity. That's what it is.
It's not stupidity.
It is stupidity because you were not a fan of the New England Patriots back then. You were a Jets fan. In fact, I could go back to the tape and find you ripping them back then in those years. Because I have all the shows. I could go back and find you ripping the New England Patriots during those years. And I could go back into those shows and find you picking against them in the Super Bowl. So don't give me none of your crap. I have it all on tape. I have you by your balls, and you can't say a goddamn thing because you know I'm right.
Don't get all butthurt about it, Jeff.
I'm not getting all butthurt about it. I am 100% right, and you know it. I have it all on tape. It's been all recorded. Every show we do gets recorded. I have every single show you and I have ever done. I know for a fact back then you were ripping them like crazy. I know it. So, therefore, you were not a fan back then. You are a fan now. You get 2014. You don't get the rest.
I'm not taking the cover photo down, Jeff. I owe Josh his stinking bet because he made such a big deal about it, and I had to go all the way to February 2nd so the little pipsqueak could enjoy it.
How do you like that, Josh? You like those apples right there? Because you know I'm right. 100%. Because I've been with Sean long enough. I know. I have it all on tape. I can go back and listen to all those shows, send them to all Josh. He'll crack up. I'll send them back to you, and you'll laugh, and you'll go, I can't believe I said that back then. Well, you did. And that's just proof that you weren't a fan back then. That's all I'm trying to say to you. That's all I'm trying to say to you. So if you weren't a fan back then and you were ripping them back then, how can you claim those Super Bowls now? You see what I'm trying to say to you? Does that make any sense to you? Skip Jr.? Does that make any sense, Skippy Jr.?
Yeah, whatever.
See? I knew it made some sense. Oh, I wanted to really start the show off this way instead of the way we started the show off. Congratulations. Do you know who won our NFL Fantasy Football Pick'em League this year, Sean?
Go ahead.
Do you know who did? I'm looking right at it. You know where you ended up, Sean?
I'll guess second or third.
You ended up in second place, dude. How about that? You know who won?
What?
Geo, Deathman. Geo won our NFL Pick'em this year. Geo came in first. Schmedley came in second. Nick came in third. Ebo came in fourth, tied with Double A. Frank came in sixth, tied with Wes. Andrew came in eighth. Renegade came in ninth. I was 10th. Encyclopedia Man was 11th. Everybody else doesn't really matter. Adrian came in 16th. Big mouth boy. Who started off in first place and said he was going to kick all our asses. You ended up in 16th place. Next time, keep your mouth shut. And next time, honor your bets, you rat bastard. Right? Because I know he's listening. So congratulations to Gio for winning this year's NFL Pick'em. We'll get you a present.
I remember that correctly.
Yeah, and he's a Giant fan, so I can send him a Giant jersey, and he'll be happy he's a pig in crap. You know what I mean, Sean? He's a Giant fan. Well, I'll send him a Giant jersey, and he'll be happy as all heck. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, man?
Yeah,
hey,
I am
Josh,
glad
what's
I paid
with
you
the...
your bet, although it should have been February 1st, but Josh had to make such a big deal about it, Jeff, saying it has to be after the show on February 2nd. I found that to be a little bit of a crack.
That's okay. Yeah, well,
advantage.
you know why he did that? Because he wanted to stick it to me.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Well, it's okay. I don't have to. Now I got to look at this crap he's got on his Skype. The Super Bowl champions. He's got 2001, 2003, 2004, 2014, which he can't claim to the first tree. So he needs to get that off his Skype too.
There's not a thing that you can do about it.
You know what? I would rather you go. Yeah, there is a thing I could do about it. I can hang up on your ass.
If you want to, go right ahead. You can block me for all I care.
I would like to see you go back to your other picture that you had there, the original Skype picture with the 4 teams. with the picture with all 4 teams. I kind of like that one. I kind of missed that one, to tell you the truth. I kind of got so used to seeing that, Sean. I kind of miss it. Could you bring it back for me? I'm going to have to make a bet with you so I can get it back. I'm going to make a bet with you. I'm going to bet you where when I win the bet, you'll never, ever be able to change that Skype. Ever. Picture again. I'm going to make that bet with you. Watch.
I'm afraid I'll pass on the bet. It's going to stay up there. I had to put up Josh
bet.
long enough in his stupid Chicago gear.
I want you know which picture I'm talking about, right, Sean?
What's that?
The one with the 4 different teams, the picture that usually
yeah, the Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, Patriots.
Yeah, I like that one better. Put that one back up. I like that one a lot better. Put that one back up on Skype. I like that one a lot better. I got used to seeing that one. That's the one I want on for you because that's what you are. You are a fan of all 4 teams. You know, that's who you really are. In really deep in your soul, that's who you are. You're a fan of all 4 of the teams, right?
Yeah.
So that should be the picture that represents you because that's who you really are, is the picture of all 4 teams. And I get that, and I got used to seeing that. So I don't like really any other picture that's on your Skype. So put back that other one for me, please. It'll make me happy. All right, what's our first topic of the day?
After all the abuse I got, the first story that we get to, we start with the NFL.
Good thing Laura's not here. You know that.
What?
Good thing Laura's not here and I said all that. She'd be on the phone right now with us. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
The NFL has decided to suspend Josh Gordon. He's been suspended without pay for at least 1 year for violating the league's substance abuse policy. For the Cleveland Browns wide receiver.
So that's one Cleveland Brown in rehab and another one that just got kicked off, right?
Yep.
Oh, that Cleveland Brown team is rocking and rolling, ain't they?
They sure are.
What the hell's going on in Cleveland?
Cleveland
the problem
is
is
a team that's starting to deteriorate and not be as big as we thought.
Yeah, well, see, the problem is there's nothing to do in Cleveland but party. That's the problem. You know, J.R. Smith, he went to Cleveland. He was interviewed, and he says, well, I guess my game's going to get really good because there's no nightlife here in Cleveland. After the games, I just go home. There's nothing to do here. How about that?
Get the violins out. That's what Josh says.
You know, so, I mean, that's pretty, but I find that pretty funny. Coming from New York to go to Cleveland, and there's no, you know, I mean, I find that really funny.
It is funny because Cleveland, that they had all the pieces, but now you got a player suspended for a year. Manziel's in his rehab. Browns just look a mess, and I think Cleveland fans are probably saying, what happened with the team that we thought was going to have all the expectations?
Because everybody always puts expectations high because they don't know what else to say. They don't know how to speak the truth, kind of like me. And I told everybody, and you've heard me say it a million times on this show, haven't you? That team is not as good as everybody thinks that it is, and it's not going to go anywhere, especially if Johnny Manziel's the quarterback of that team. So far, I've been right, haven't I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Because everybody else in the business said, oh, they're going to be fantastic. Even our good friend Skip Bayless opened up his mouth and said that they were going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to be great and this and that and all this crap. Correct?
Correct.
And what happened? They didn't even make the playoffs, did they?
They didn't make the playoffs. They folded and choked toward the end of the season.
And who said that?
You did.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about, according to certain people that listen to the show, Wes. Right?
Yep.
But I do. Where is Wes?
I have no idea where Wes is at.
You know why? You know why? I'll tell you why Wes doesn't show up no more. Because, number one, there's no Pittsburgh Pirates playing. Okay? The Steelers are not playing. And his Pittsburgh Penguins aren't playing so well, are they?
No, they are not. So that's why he hasn't shown up.
There's no reason for him to open up his mouth, is there?
And no sign of Gary.
Oh, are you kidding me? Gary ain't never showing up. He's got one team, and they stink. Okay? It's not like Wes, where Wes has got 3-4 teams. Gary's got one. Because Gary lives over in London, so he's got one team. And for the life of me, I don't know how he picked the freaking Redskins. It's kind of like with you. You were born a Midwest boy, correct?
Here we go again.
And moved in certain areas of Midwest, and now you live in Idaho, correct? How you ended up a Boston fan, I got no clue.
Here we go again. Now I've got the audio proof of that. Because, Jeff, it is a free country. We are entitled to go for whoever we want.
I get that, but how you ended up a Boston fan, I don't get that. Out of all the teams and cities in the world to pick, you're in the Midwest, and you pick Boston. It baffles the mind. You're allowed to pick whoever the hell you want. Yeah, I give you that. But it baffles my mind. When you were like 5 or 6 years old, were you watching Boston games with your father? Is that why?
Not very much.
No? So how did you become a fan of Boston?
Just because it was my choice. It was my decision.
There's got to be somebody in your family that pushed you towards that way. You just didn't pick that crap by yourself.
Nobody did. I decided it myself.
There had to be other people in your family that were Boston fans. Correct? No? Tell me.
Yeah.
Are there?
Some family were Celtic fans, and that's why I went for them.
Okay.
And I just decided but it was my choice to go for the Red Sox, the Bruins, the Celtics, and the Patriots.
Okay, but there's no one. Let me ask you a question. Anybody else in your family root for all 4 of those teams too?
No, not a lot.
So you're the only one that actually roots for all 4 of them in your family, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody else in your family have other teams that they root for besides Boston teams?
Yes.
Okay. So your family gets kind of cranky when you're playing their team then, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do.
I'm just checking. I don't know. That's why I'm asking these questions. I've known you for how long, and I've never asked these questions of you, have I?
True.
Okay. So I'm just trying to get to know my co-host, and so is everybody else, because I find it weird that you were born. See, I was born on the East Coast. I was born in New York. So I didn't have much of a choice but to like New York teams. You know what I'm saying? You were born in the Midwest. There's not a lot of teams in the Midwest. You got Chicago, you got the Detroits, you got Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings, Green Bay, that, you ended up going to Boston. I just find it odd how you ended up there, and I want to know your journey and how you, a Midwest boy, ended up a Boston fan. That's all I'm asking. I'm not here to bust your chops. Inquiring minds want to know. And I'm an inquiring mind. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to bust your chops. For me, it was a no-brainer. I grew up in New York. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Giant fan. I'm a Islander fan. I'm a Met fan. New York teams, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Growing up in the Midwest, were you always a Boston fan?
There were times I just didn't follow it very much back then, but now I do. I was just too busy with school and with friends at the time.
Okay, growing up, did you watch a lot of baseball? And which teams did you watch and which teams did you root for?
The Red Sox.
When you were a kid, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
I didn't watch a lot of baseball when I was 5, 6, or maybe even 7 years old.
Really? You were
No,
deprived.
not a lot, but I enjoyed the Boston teams that I went for.
So you were always a Boston fan that you can remember from way back when, huh?
Yeah, I was born in Montana. I grew up over there, and I didn't really care very much for the West Coast teams. Really didn't. I liked the East Coast, and I liked the Boston teams.
Yeah, I find that inquisiting. That you didn't like the West Coast teams, that you went and rooted for Boston teams, the Celtics, the Bruins, all the Red Sox. I can't even say the Patriots because you didn't become a Patriots fan until 2011. So I can't even say the Patriots.
I even liked the Patriots, too, back in the days, too.
Yeah, but you were a Jets fan up until 2011, correct? Correct?
Yeah, I guess
yes,
so.
Don't say, yeah, I guess so. Say the truth. Say the truth. Yes, I was. Because you were. Right?
Yeah?
And then you switched to New England. Correct. So therefore, you switched into New England in 2012 or 2011, whatever the hell it was. So you just said it yourself. So you weren't even a fan in 2001, 3, and 4.
I did go for New England in 01, 03, and 04.
Nope, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I went for them the entire postseason in 01 and 03 and 04, so I don't need to hear any of this bullshit.
I hate to tell you, but you didn't because I have it on tape, and I've already listened to it.
You may have listened to it on tape, but I did go for them in the Super Bowl, and I don't want to have any discussion with this bullshit.
I have you saying you're rooting against them. I have it on tape.
And on that note, we got to go to a commercial break.
We'll be right back after this with Jeff Escow, Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
You know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease. For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sean Mann, Jeff Escow here, Sports World Radio, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central?
If you live in the Central, figure that out for yourself.
Sean, do you really think they can?
Who knows? I don't even think they know how to.
All right, what do you say? What's your next topic there, buddy? What are you going to throw at me now, you rat bastard? Come on, I'm ready for anything.
Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Oh, God. Here we go, buddy. Bring it on, pal.
Skippy Bayless said that my New England Patriots are the standard barrier of professional sports.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because they finally won a Super Bowl after 10 years? Huh? Skip? They didn't win with it. It's their first one in 10 years. How can you say something like that? Huh, Skip? Standard in sports. Why? Because they win a Super Bowl every 10 years? The hell out of here. Next.
Skippy Bayless said that my Seattle Seahawks will miss the playoffs next year.
See, he's still putting the word "my" in front of that team, ain't he?
Yeah, he always puts my on there.
What's up with that, Sean? I got to take this guy on and put him in his place, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Skip, I'm still coming at you, so bring it on.
Skippy Bayless said that my Atlanta Hawks will win the South Division.
Oh, now he's saying that the Atlanta Hawks are going to win. Didn't he say the other day that they aren't going to do nothing? This guy changes his mind like unbelievable, man. It's unstinking believable.
Skippy Bayless said that my Seattle Seahawks will lose to Dallas Cowboys next year.
Hey, Skip, have you seen the schedule yet? Because you don't even know if they play each other, do you?
They played last year. I don't know if they'll be playing.
Yeah, I don't know
this
if they're going to be playing this year against each other. You know why, Skip? Because the schedule hasn't come out yet, you jackass.
Skippy Bayless said that my Dallas Cowboys will win the Super Bowl.
That's what you said last year, and look what happened. They didn't even get to the Super Bowl. So pick them again to win. Go ahead, pick them again to win. Please, because I want to see them not make it. Because that's what's going to happen. So pick them again to win. Right, Sean?
Yep. 36 minutes after the hour, Skippy Bayless said that Super Bowl 50 should be at Jerry World.
Where is Super Bowl 50?
I'm not sure where they're going to be playing it. I thought
this was
Josh
49.
would have to look
This
that up.
was 49, right?
Yeah,
The one that just had was 49, correct?
in Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah, that was Super Bowl 49, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so Super Bowl 50's coming, right?
Yeah.
You know that's going to be a big thing. You know that, right? That's going to be a big production. You know that. They're going to try their damnedest with that thing. You know that, right?
Right.
So, where is that, Josh? Please let me know where that is.
Okay, it's at Levy Stadium. I didn't
that's
know,
right.
Josh.
That's right.
Relax.
That's right. It's in San Francisco. That's right. Next year it's CBS. Wow. Next year CBS with Phil Simms and you know what? I would rather listen to Simms and Nance than listen to those two jamokes that did it this year.
Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth.
That was hard to listen to. That was really hard to listen to, man. It was not good at all.
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley should coach the Sacramento Kings.
Skippy has Charles Barkley coaching every professional team, no matter what league it is. Correct? Because correct me if I'm wrong, yesterday he had him coaching another team that wasn't even in the NBA. Correct?
Correct.
Today he's got him coaching who? Who did he say Charles Barkley should be the coach of?
It seems like a number of teams after getting these quotes.
Who did he just say right now, Sean?
Sacramento Kings.
So Skippy's got him coaching the Kings, the Knicks, a football team, a baseball team. What else?
baseball, all-star games,
Yeah,
like
Jesus
yeah, everything.
I think Skip just talks so he can hear his own voice. He just opens up his mouth. It doesn't matter what comes out, because he likes the sound of his own voice. Because half the things he says are garbage. Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. 3/4 of the stuff he spews out of his mouth is garbage. Pure garbage.
Skippy Bayless said that my New York Knicks should have no players represented in the All-Star game.
Okay, number one, they're not your New York Knicks because you didn't grow up a Knicks fan. So you can't even claim that. So don't even play that with me. Okay? Number two, I kind of agree with you that they should not have a representative because they're crap. But the game is in New York. It's in Brooklyn, right?
At the Barclays Center in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
it's in Brooklyn. So the game is in New York, so that's why he's going to be there. He's going to be the representative.
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley can beat anybody in sports talk radio.
Who?
Charles Barkley can beat
what?
anybody in sports talk radio.
I'll tell you what, Skip. I'll tell you what, you dumb bimbo. I'll take you and Barkley on at the same time. The same time. And you know what's going to happen? I will kick both your asses right out the door in 2 seconds. I'll make Barkley look like a little peon that he is, and then I'll make you look like a schmuck that you are.
Skippy Bayless said that Jerry Jones is a better owner than Vince McMahon.
I hate to tell you something, Skip. Jerry Jones owns the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Stadium and all that. Correct?
Yep.
Vince McMahon, watch this, douchebag. Vince McMahon owns a company that actually travels every single week of the year. On the other side of that, wrestling has no off season like the NFL does, Skip. The WWE just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Oh, and by the way, if you are not a subscriber of the WWE Network and you want to become a subscriber, go sign up today and you get the whole month of February free. How about that? You sign up today and you get the whole month for free. And then you can cancel at the end of your month and you got the whole month for free. And guess what? You got to watch the pay-per-view event for nothing. I got WWE Network. It kicks out. I hate to tell you, Mr. Jerry Jones, Vince McMahon has his own network. Okay? Has his own network on the internet with millions and with a million subscribers to the network alone. Where's that for you? I hate to tell you something. If the Dallas Cowboys for some reason fall apart, your business goes to crap. WWE ain't going anywhere. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Dallas Cowboys haven't been relevant in 5 years. 1 year, all of a sudden, 1 year the Dallas Cowboys have a good season and all of a sudden they're better than everybody. Let's see them do it year after year after year after year like a sports team is supposed to do.
Skippy
Right, Sean?
Bayless said...
Right, Sean?
Yep.
Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah,
or
I
do you
agree.
do you disagree with me?
I agree with you.
Okay, because if you disagree with me, I want to hear you. You know that. You're allowed to say your opinion on this show. That's what this show's all about there, you numbskull.
Skippy Bayless said that Vince McMahon is lucky for having WrestleMania 32 in Jerry World.
Oh, see, let me ask you a question, Sean. I remember last week, and I believe Frank was on the show with us. Hey, Frank, welcome into the chat room. We'll get Frank on in the second hour in the show. We'll bring on that Gale Force wind in a minute. I believe Frank was actually on the air with us at the time when we did a Skippy segment, and Skippy said that they should be having it there, correct?
Correct.
Now, all of a sudden, he's saying the opposite, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right? Now he's saying the opposite in his statement, correct?
Correct.
This guy talks out of both sides of his mouth, doesn't he? Right there. I'm proving it to you once again. Last week he said this statement, contradicting, saying one thing. This week he's saying totally the opposite, contradicting his first statement. Correct?
Correct.
Unstinking believable. Right? Right. Guy has no convictions whatsoever, right?
Right.
Sean, you have more convictions in your pinky than he does in his whole stinking body. Okay? You have more conviction in your pinky than he does in his whole stinking body. I would listen to you before I listen to that schmuck. I'm just letting you know, buddy.
I got some more, but we got to go to an update.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Check this out, Sean. You know who this update is brought to you by?
Who?
The Flipper. This update is brought to you by the Flipper. Are you tired of touching your toilet seat, ladies, when you go to the bathroom because your man leaves the seat up? Well, don't worry no more. Head on over to flipperflipper.com today and get your Flipper today. Never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. Flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Man, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, to the first of two updates for Sports World Radio. In the NHL tonight, Senators at the Devils, Panthers at the Islanders, Kings at the Capitals, Coyotes at the Blue Jackets, Sabres at the Canadiens, Maple Leafs at the Predators, Lightning at the Blues, Blackhawks at the Wild. The game is on NBC Sports Network. Avalanche at the Stars, Hurricanes at the Ducks, and the Jets taking on the Canucks in the National Hockey League. In the NBA, here are the games for tonight in the National Basketball Association. We've got a total of 5 games. It'll be the Nuggets taking on the 76ers, Heat at the Pistons, games on NBA TV, Celtics at the Knicks, Jazz taking on the Trailblazers, and the Warriors taking on the Kings. They are back. The New England Patriots returned home safe and sound to Logan Airport in Boston as they will have their championship parade tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific. I will be very much watching that parade like I have during the last 8 championship parades through downtown Boston. I'll be ready to watch that. This update was brought to you by the Flipper at flipperflipper.com. We're going to run to a commercial break, and when we come back, more sports talk with Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann. And also, we got Frank Sprankle coming up in 13 minutes.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, Sean, buddy, where are we going next?
All right, Skippy Bayless said that the Triple H and Austin podcast sucked.
He's dead wrong. He's dead wrong. That was an awesome podcast. I watched that whole freaking thing. That was awesome. That was freaking awesome. He's dead wrong. He doesn't know anything. He really doesn't.
Skippy Bayless said that Roman Reigns is a failed NFL player that just fell to wrestling because nobody else wanted him.
You know something? This guy just talks crap to talk crap. He really doesn't know what he's talking about. He really doesn't know what he's talking about, does he? He thinks he does, but he doesn't.
He really doesn't.
No, he really doesn't.
He doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, he's got no clue. He's got no clue. It's actually wrestling's in the kid's blood, dude. His father, his uncle, and his cousin, all were WWE superstars, you jackass. Shows you how much you don't know.
Skippy said that Roman Reigns is the Rock ripoff.
It's his cousin, you dummy. What are you, a moron? I just finished telling you that. That's his cousin, you jackass. Of course they look alike, you schmuck. What the hell's the matter with you? Why don't you, hey, before you start ripping something, why don't you do some research first, you jackass? How about that? How about that crap? Before you start ripping something, do your research. Because you got no clue on what the hell you're talking about. Nothing. Listen, it's hard enough for you, Skip Bayless, to report on actual sports. Stop trying to report on sports entertainment because that just baffles your mind and you don't understand it to begin with. Just stick to something that you barely know about. Don't go into stuff you have no clue what you're talking about, which is wrestling. Stay out of that and stay into the real sports and try and master that first because you're not doing a really good job of that right now.
Skippy Bayless said that Madison Square Garden should be called Madison Disappoint Garden.
Shut the hell up. That's just, you know what, dude? That's an insult to every New Yorker right there. That's just an insult to every single New Yorker right there. You have no understanding of the history of Madison Square Garden when you say something like that, you jackass. You know, that just proves how much research you really don't do. You have no clue. None. Years ago, in the 50s and 60s, that was the place to be. You check the history, jackass.
Skippy Bayless said that ESPN should be the home of the Super Bowl.
Why? Because you work for ESPN?
Probably because of First Take.
He's lucky he works for ESPN. You know that, right? Some of the things that he says, they should have fired him over.
Skippy Bayless said that my Boston Red Sox will win the World Series and they'll beat my Kansas City Royals.
See, he can't
lose to my Red Sox in the ALCS.
Look at him. He can't help but put the word my in front of every freaking team he talks about. Yeah, they're not your team. Okay? See, as soon as he did that, I would stop him right there. Excuse me, Skip. Excuse me, I have a question for you. I have to stop you because this is annoying the crap out of me. I have to stop you. As you were growing up a child, when you were growing up, who were your favorite teams growing up? You know he's going to say Dallas and probably San Antonio because it wasn't an Oakland team, an Oklahoma team. So I'll say Dallas, San Antonio. You might say the Texas Rangers because you lived in Oklahoma. So I'm thinking of those teams out there, right? I'll say, okay, great. And I'm also going to give you Oklahoma City because they're in Oklahoma and that's where you were born and raised, so you can claim them. That's it. That's it. You are a sports broadcaster, a sports journalist. You're supposed to be neutral, biased. You put the word my in front of every team that you talk about, and it makes you sound like you don't know what you're talking about. It makes you sound like a bandwagon fan because you put the word my in front of every team. You get 4 or 5 teams. That's it. You can't claim this team. You can't put the word my in front of this team and the my in front of that because you didn't grow up a fan. And number 2, they're not your team. You don't own them to begin with. And number 3, I can almost guarantee you when you go to a game now, you don't even pay to go to a game. You use a press pass. So don't give me this my crap.
Skippy Bayless said that First Take is the best morning show in the world.
You're so lucky that I don't like getting up that early in the morning because if I did, I'd put this show right up against yours. And I beat you every single time. You know what? Put me on your show. Let me destroy you for 2 hours, and then let's watch the ratings the next couple of weeks after that and see how good your show really is. Because after I eat you up, nobody's going to want to listen to you no more because they're going to know how much full of shit you really are.
And that's the end of the Skippy Bayless quotes.
I'm just saying. You know? I'll take him on. Listen, I'll take him and Charles Barkley on at the same time. I don't care. On their turf. Don't matter to me. It doesn't matter where I am. I'll rip them a new butt anywhere I'm at because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't speak the truth. And it's sad because they think they do. Right, Sean?
Right.
Drives me batty. Completely
crazy
batty.
too.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And how does Skippy talk about wrestling when he probably doesn't even watch it? When he probably doesn't even watch it. Where Dan Patrick fires back at Colin Cowherd and Skip Bayless inspired feud? What the heck's going on with that? Huh?
I don't know.
Skip is firing up a lot of people. He's pissing a lot of people off. And he's starting arguments and he's not even getting the blame. You know?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me batty, man. It really is. Starting to piss me off. That nobody takes this guy, you know, the people take this guy seriously and he talks out of both sides of his mouth. He really does. He really freaking does. I clicked that link. I want to go read that article really quick. Colin Cowherd's emotional discussion of Johnny Manziel entrance into rehab and defense of Skip Bayless reporting that Johnny Manziel drinking veered off into a commentary on Dan Patrick worth ethic. Oh, great. Way to go. These guys are firing at each other. You got to love it. You got to freaking love it. Oh, boy. These guys are going at each other good and hard. You got to love it. It's going to be a lot of fun watching that happen. Hey, I want to see Skip Bayless start coming at me. Bring it. Because I'm not afraid. Because I think Skip Bayless is a moron. And I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Okay.
I think he is too.
I think and I don't care how hard he works. I don't care how hard he works. You know, I'm trying to read some of this here, but I guess I'll have to wait till we get to the break. And we got Frank coming in at the top of the hour as well. Let's run to our top of the hour break. We'll get Frank in here and we'll have some more fun. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion? Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone? It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Professor Sean Mann, and now, of course, the big wind himself, Frank Sprankle. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what'd you guys... by the way, first of all, Sean, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I was very...
Okay, Frank, what did he do?
What?
What did he do?
Congratulations to his team.
He didn't have anything to do with it.
But he has rooting interest. See, listen, you talk about how Skip Bayless goes, my this, my that. You are allowed one my with a particular sports league. One my, and that's it.
I can agree with that.
Personally? Okay, let me ask you a question, Frank.
You can ask me any question you want on God's green earth.
Sean became a New England Patriots fan in 2011. Is he allowed to claim 2001, 2003, and 2004 Super Bowl champions?
Well, yes, of course.
Why? He wasn't a fan of them back then.
He could say, well...
He wasn't a fan of the New England. He was a Jet fan back then.
Wait a minute. You were a Jet fan?
Yes, he was a
How'd
Jet
you do?
fan.
How did you switch your alliance?
Because Tim Tebow came to the Jets, so he left and became a New England Patriot fan in 2011.
I thought he was a Patriot fan all the time.
You're making a big deal.
I'm not making it. I'm just giving him the facts. I'm not making a big deal out of it. I'm just giving him the facts so he can make a good opinionated answer.
It certainly sounds like it.
No, I'm just giving him the fact. You were not a New England Patriots fan in 2001.
But you attacked me because of the teams I go for, wherever I was born and wherever I lived. It is a free country.
No,
I am
it is,
entitled
Sean.
to go wherever I want.
Correct.
Listen, I will say this.
Yeah.
All right, maybe he was a New York Jets fan at a particular time. But if he wants to switch alliances, that's fine, as long as he does not claim
like
two Mi's here. There are no two Mi's. There's only one Mi, and that's it.
It's just like with politics. People can go from Republican to Democrat, or Democrat to Republican, or independent.
Or be like me. I'm no political party. You can be
correct,
like me.
But they don't celebrate the previous wins if they weren't there. You see what I'm trying to tell you?
You're making a big deal out of this, Jeff.
Even a player.
Let's have some fun. Let's talk some
Even
sports.
a player. Hold on a second. Even a player that was on this New England team this year and won the Super Bowl and was not on the team in 2001 and 2003 and 2004, they don't even claim that they won the Super Bowls back then. So how can you?
I can
settle down, Jeff.
Let's
talk some sports.
I
We're here
can
to talk some
post
sports.
whatever I want on my Skype and on my Facebook and do whatever I want. And there's not a thing you can do about it, Jeff. The picture is staying up there. There's not anything you can do about it. There's nothing Josh can do about it, or Ron, or Doug.
Yeah, I can do something about it. I can hang up on your ass. Because that's not what I'm talking about, and you don't seem to understand. I'm not talking about your goddamn picture. You don't seem to get that. So, yeah, there is something I can do about it. I can hang up on you, just like I did. If you don't like it, tough. Don't tell me there's nothing I can do about it. There's always something I can do about it. Right, Frank?
Well, hey, listen. You're the host of the show. I will say that. You're the host. You are the big enchilada when it comes to this show. But I'm not here to argue with anybody. I am here, unless it's a sports argument, I am not here to get personal. I am here to talk sports, have fun, BS with each other.
See, he's missing.
Listen,
the problem is,
he can switch his alliance. He does make one good point. People do switch political viewpoints.
I have no problem him switching his alliance to the New England Patriots. That's not the issue. Okay. The issue is,
you should switch your alliance one time. If you don't like the Jets, I
have no problem with him switching.
Doesn't like the New York Jets now. I didn't even know he liked the New York Jets before that. I always thought he was New England Patriots.
No, he didn't.
Boston sports.
He did not become a New England Patriots fan until 2011. Before that, he was a Jets fan. He switched because Tim Tebow was on the Jets. That's why he became a Jets fan.
Okay, but that
New
is
England
his own personal preference.
If
I was a Jets fan and hold everything. If I were a Jets fan and Tim Tebow had joined the New York Jets, the team that I had loved and rooted for my entire life, I wouldn't switch alliances. But that's Sean. And you know what? The fact that Sean is switched alliances 4 years ago is something that, whether I disagree or whether I agree or not, I would have not done it, but that is Sean's choosing.
I have no problem with him switching. I have a problem with him saying that he's allowed to put not even the picture. He's allowed to put up whatever he wants. Yes,
and that's a pretty darn good picture.
But he cannot celebrate the 2001, 2003, and 2004 championships if he was not a fan of them back then. And I have him on tape on this show ripping them all those years.
Well, obviously, this was before I joined you guys. I don't remember. But let me just say this. Look, you could disagree with Sean all you want, but you need to and like I said, you can disagree with Sean all you want, but you know what? This is a guy that brings great insight and opinion into our show. Granted, I like talking with sports. I like joking with him. I even like the arguments I have with him. But those are just simple sports arguments. You're making this a big deal. Let's get Sean back in here because Sean brings a lot of great insight and energy to this show. I love Sean.
I have no problem with him.
I love you as a friend.
I have no problem with him switching. None. I don't have a problem with that. He's allowed to switch.
And Josh, too.
He could put anything he wants up. I don't give a flying fig Newton about it. I just want him to understand that he's celebrating a team's victory that he was not a fan of back then. You see what I'm trying to say?
Look, I don't know. I've always assumed that Sean had a love affair with the city of Boston, not just its sports teams, but Boston, its history.
He does.
Everything.
He does, but he didn't become a New England Patriots fan until 2011. He was a Jets fan his whole life.
Well, let me just say, as far as I'm concerned, I have never switched any alliances before. I'm always going to remain true to the Chicago sports teams until my last day on this planet has arrived. But as far as Sean goes, people are different. I'm different from Sean. I'm different from you. I'm different from Josh. There's only one Frank Sprankle. There's only one Sean Mann. There's only one Jeff Eskow. There's only one Josh Lopez here.
And Josh is right. Josh is right. He's not neutral because he always brings the conversation back to Boston's point of view. Always. In every conversation we have.
All right, and I'll say this. I think it should be one's own point of view. I don't necessarily think it should be a Boston point of view. I think it should be the point of view of Sean Mann. Likewise, it should be the view of Jeff Eskow, of Frank Sprankle, of Josh Lopez.
Well, he always brings the point back to something that has to do with a Boston team. Always. Always, always, always. He finds a way to stick his Boston team in there. That's not being neutral. I am as neutral as it gets.
Oh, yeah, I'm neutral, too. Trust me. I love my Chicago teams. And I will be honest. I'll say my Bears, my Cubs, my Blackhawks, my Bulls. But you know what? I'll say this. When my teams don't play well, I will be brutally honest and say stuff that I wish I didn't have to say. All right, for instance, I was on Press Row Central with Nicholas Spiva yesterday. Mm-hmm. And we were talking at the end of the show about the Pro Football Hall of Fame inductees. And we talked about Ron Wolf because he was one of the inductees. And I was honest. I said, look, ever since Ron Wolf arrived with the Green Bay Packers more than 20 years ago, the Green Bay Packers have been one of the best organizations run in the National Football League from a front office standpoint. I've said that about the Green Bay Packers. They hire the right people. They bring in the right players. And as far as the players go, they find ways to groom and bring up those players. I've said that about the Green Bay Packers, and I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I may be a fan of one team, but I'm brutally honest about everything that I believe.
Hey, Josh, do me a favor. Go on Facebook and type a message to Sean and tell him to put his Skype back on, will you? All right? And tell him to put his Skype back on.
Yeah, I want Sean back in here. I love Sean. I mean, I don't know what happened with Sean. I don't know what the disconnection was. I don't know if he hung up on us or not.
No, I hung up on him because he told me there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Yes, there is. I can hang up on you and
all right, well,
listen to that.
I'm going to disagree with you on. If you want to hang up on me, that's fine. But I'm just going to say this for my own opinion because I'm a man of opinion. I think it was wrong for you to hang up on him.
Well, that's your opinion.
And I'm going to stick by my opinion.
Yeah, and I have the control, so I get to do what I want.
You can hang up. Listen, you can hang up on me as long as you don't try to physically kill me, which I know you won't.
No. He just takes everything so seriously. It wasn't an attack on his being able to put any... See, he thought I was attacking him being able to put up his pictures and all that. No, I'm not attacking that. I'm attacking that you're celebrating a victory of a team that you weren't even a fan of.
All right, that's all right. I'll be honest. If I were Sean, I would have not switched alliances.
That's what
I am not Sean. I am Frank Sprankle, not Sean Mann. I'm not Jeff Eskow. I'm not Josh Lopez. I'm not Nicholas Spiva. I have my own rooting interests, and I've had them pretty much since birth. And I will retain those rooting interests. But if Sean wants to do whatever he wants, he can do whatever he wants.
No, I have
no problem
with him
personally.
I have no problem with him switching teams. The problem I have with him switching a team, and then he's celebrating a victory that he wasn't even a fan of the team back then. That's what I have a problem with.
Let me give you a point of what has happened in Chicago with the Blackhawks. As you know, Jeff, the Blackhawks have been a model of success themselves, having won 2 Stanley Cups since 2010, correct?
Correct.
Okay. The problem I have here, but there's in the end nothing I can do about it. I can voice my opinion all I want. is I don't like these bandwagon fans showing up to the United Center. As a matter of fact, I've been to call them bandwagon idiots. But you know what? Bandwagon idiots, and I can call them idiots all I want, they have the right to show up to the United Center and Blackhawks, whether I like it or not. Free country, they're paying money for the entertainment value.
Listen. I wasn't getting on him for switching his alliance or anything like that. I was getting on him for celebrating a team that he wasn't a fan of, and when they won the championship. That's what I was getting on him about.
Okay, let me tell you, I had two people that I knew had rooting interest in this game, from a Patriots fan standpoint and from a Seahawks fan standpoint. I know somebody that was at the game on Sunday as a Seahawk season ticket holder. And every time I shoot him emails on Friday, I wish him, hey, the best to your Seahawks. But you know what? One thing I will do is if that team wins, I will let's say there's a let's say, Jeff, to pick a team here. The New York Knicks. If the New York Knicks win an NBA title again in our lifetimes, I will call you up personally and congratulate you.
No, I had nothing to do with it.
But you're a fan of that team. Maybe you did not have anything to do with it. But rooting for teams, it brings out excitement. It brings out joy. It brings out maybe guilty here, but a little bit of self-pride here.
I find that funny when other people congratulate fans for a victory that they had absolutely nothing to do with.
Yeah, but they're rooting. Like, let me ask you, what's the point of sports? Sports, I don't care if it's professional or amateur. What's the point of sports in general?
What's the point of sports in general?
Yeah, I want to hear your opinion, and your opinion can differ from mine, and that's fine.
Well, there's two
Jeff
different.
Escow, what is your opinion on why sports, like I said, professional, amateur, why the sports exist?
Why do sports exist from a sports fan or from a sports fan who roots for teams or from a person non-sports fan? You see what I'm saying?
Okay, all right, fine. Let's take it. All right, well, here's the point I'm coming at, and I'm probably going to come at the standpoint of the sports fan here. But sports, in the end, is a form of entertainment. Sports is no different than Hollywood motion pictures, small screen television shows, or music.
Now, sports is I like it because it's live. You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. And you know what? I'll be honest. I don't like a lot of what I see on primetime network television anymore. A lot of what I see on primetime network television, the four major networks, is absolutely, positively, whatsoever nothing more than pieces of garbage that you just want to puke every time you turn on network TV and see it for yourself. But in the end, there are people that find that a form of entertainment. Sure enough, you and I find sports to be a form of entertainment.
I agree. Hey, we got.
You know what? When we find sports as a form of entertainment, we have teams that we root for.
We got to run to break.
Maybe it had to do with the fact that, Jeff, like you and I, you grew up in New York City. I grew up in Chicago. Maybe it has to do with the fact from
Frank, we got to run to break.
A lot of times it does.
Frank, we got to run to break, Frank. We'll be right back after this quick message.
You know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease. For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Esca, Frank Sprankle, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, Frank, it's your hour. What do you want to talk about, buddy?
Well, I got a good idea. Why don't we talk about the Super Bowl? And I got to tell you something. In the minutes after the final play offensively for the Seahawks in Super Bowl 49, a lot of questions. Obviously, if you were to survey most of America, they would say, no, it wasn't right to pass the ball on 1st and goal when you had Marshawn Lynch. Well, I agree. You actually look at it this way, Jeff. You had 2 options here. You could have used Lynch, yes. You could have used beast mode, a power running back, a guy that can bulldoze 6 or 7 guys as he is making his yardage on the ground. Another option would have been, okay, you use Russell Wilson. And I'll tell you this, when Russell Wilson gets great protection up front, this guy can be quick off his toes here. I think you should have run the ball. You did have Lynch, and it seemed that it was the most popular choice here. However, I think Russell Wilson was also not a bad choice when it came to trying to get to the end zone with the ground assault.
Yeah, they should have never passed the ball at all.
I agree.
Never.
I agree there. There's no question about it. Now, here's what I want to take. I want to take this another step further, and I want you to think about this. All right, let's put ourselves in Marshawn Lynch's shoes here. And I don't know exactly what Marshawn Lynch is thinking. But if you were Marshawn Lynch, minutes after the Super Bowl, the day after, or now as we stand a day after that, it's 2 days after the Super Bowl, what are you thinking if you're Marshawn Lynch personally? I mean, put yourself in Marshawn Lynch's shoes, and we know he's a guy that is very personable, doesn't like to talk. He does a lot of good work. I do admire Marshawn Lynch for that. But if you were Marshawn Lynch right now, knowing that you did not get the football, what would you be thinking?
I don't know what they were thinking.
Are you pissed off?
I was shocked. I was yelling at the TV, man. Are you kidding me?
All right, but here's the point I'm trying to get at. Marshawn Lynch is a free agent now.
I know.
And I understand that the Seattle Seahawks are offering Marshawn Lynch a lot of years, a lot of zeros.
Mm-hmm.
But after him not getting the football on 1st and goal from the 1, does Marshawn Lynch feel hurt? Does he feel insulted?
I don't know.
But could this potentially affect Marshawn Lynch with contract talks from the Seattle Seahawks? Knowing that, hey, you guys didn't give me the football, and this was the end result.
Frank.
It's an ego league here, Jeff.
Hey, Frank, we had Albert Hainsworth on yesterday, and he answered that. That's the exact question we asked him yesterday. And he doesn't even know.
I'm just saying, you guys talked with Albert yesterday, okay. But what about the fact that if you're Marshawn Lynch, and I would have loved to ask this question about Marshawn Lynch of Albert Hainsworth, because I mentioned this on Press Road Central of Nicholas Spivey yesterday. What could this mean for contract negotiations here with Marshawn Lynch, who's a free agent?
That's what we asked, and you don't know. You just don't know what he's going to do.
You don't. But here's the thing. You don't know. But I'll say this. Let's say the play had been designed for Lynch, and he gets the football.
The play actually was not designed. It was a pass play.
No, but let's say it was designed for Lynch as a run.
Uh-huh.
And let's understand this. Even with Marshawn Lynch, there's no guarantee.
You're running that
He
ball
just
4
fumbled the football at
times.
the goal line.
You're running that ball 4 times in a row. I don't give a crap what anybody says. That's what they should have done.
Okay, but hold on. If Marshawn Lynch carries the football, let's say the ultimate happened. You had Marshawn Lynch rushing the football for a 1-yard touchdown. That puts the Patriots on top, and in all probability, they win Super Bowl.
You mean the
49 over
Seahawks?
The New England Patriots.
You mean the Seahawks on top?
No, I said put the Seahawks on top over the New England Patriots.
Slow down, Frank. Slow down. Breathe.
Marshawn Lynch resigns with the Seahawks guaranteed.
He's not going anywhere.
I don't think so. I think he's going to take the years. He's going to take the money. But it's just an interesting standpoint here. And like I said, you could have even used Russell Wilson. You could have had a play action, and Russell Wilson could have curled the right side or the left side and had taken it into the end zone.
They should have just Hey, listen, they're 12 inches away. You're telling me Marshawn Lynch can't get 12 inches for a touchdown? Can't move the ball 12 inches?
All right, here's another thing, too, about Wilson. Wilson is prominently a shotgun quarterback. Why not have Wilson under center and try to sneak it in?
From what the coach said, he said,
Pete Carroll.
From what Pete Carroll said, it was a throwaway play, and then we were going to run the ball in the next 3 downs. So why didn't you just do that from down 1? Why did it take you 45 seconds to figure it out? Okay, your explanation was a hogwash of an explanation. You're telling us that that's what you decided to do right away, but it took you 45 seconds to figure it out? Come on.
Thing too, before the play, didn't the Patriots take a lot of time off the clock?
Yeah.
They were on defense, but I thought they would call a timeout and potentially let the Seahawks score so the Patriots with Tom Brady could have driven for a possible field goal here.
They did listen, the last play ended at 106. They didn't hike the next ball until 45 seconds.
If I'm Bill Belichick, I would have called timeout immediately.
You're telling me that you guys knew what you were doing? Bull crap.
Okay,
Your hand up. I don't care if they were in there. I don't care if they were in their goal line defense for all 4 downs. You run Marshawn Lynch right down their throat. It's 12 freaking inches, for Christ's sakes.
Okay, but listen, we can fault. Listen, listen. We can say that it was Marshawn Lynch not getting the football as to being a reason why the Patriots lost that game. I think it was a reason. What about the so-called Legion of Boom that allowed Tom Brady to find Julian Edelman in the end zone? The Legion of Boom let down when they needed to make plays. They didn't. The Patriots scored.
The Seattle Seahawks defense was hurt, man.
Yeah, and you know what?
Big
I
time.
know they had a couple of painful interceptions. We saw one early on in the game. But in the end, the Seahawks defense, that was a contributing factor as to why they lost the game. Jeff, you remember Super Bowl 25 very well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it was the Giants-Bills Super Bowl in January of 1991. And you could say what you want about Scott Norwood being wide right. The Buffalo Bills who played in that game will tell you that, look, we could have made that tackle. We could have done a better job making those first down yardage. We put Scott Norwood into a bad position. It was us. In the end, the New England Patriots, granted, it did come down to one play, but in the end, the New England Patriots lost Super Bowl 49 as a whole unit.
Brady carved up their defense like it wasn't even there. Brady carved up the defense.
Job.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this about Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Brady look pissed off coming out of the tunnel?
Well, I didn't notice anything different. I
kind of did. I noticed he had a stern look.
I just noticed that
you get a stern look from Tom Brady, but not that stern of a look. Let's understand, this is a Patriots team that had been in 2 previous Super Bowls and had lost them over the last 7 years. Not to mention, we remember what happened in Glendale, the previous Super Bowl, and then in Indianapolis 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Tom Brady, and you could probably say that it had to do with the Flakegate, Tom Brady answering all the questions. And I'm going to say this, Tom Brady looked calm, cool, and collective in media day and throughout his obligations. But in the end, I am convinced that Tom Brady looked like one pissed off dude right before the first play of the game.
What are you going to do? I didn't notice anything different. I was rooting for Seattle, so I didn't notice anything different. That was a weird game. Their defense, Seattle's defense, did not play like Seattle's defense normally plays. They were nicked up and hurt, and he just went right through them like they weren't even there, man.
Right, he didn't play well, and it became the Legion of Boom becoming the Legion of Doom.
Yep.
That's how I said. Listen, I said this after the Super Bowl. The Legion of Boom became the Legion of Doom because they did not allow they allowed the Patriots to make key plays. They allowed the Brady to Edelman go-ahead touchdown pass on the Patriots' second to last offensive drive. Remember, Tom Brady had the ball after the pick. But the Legion of Boom became the Legion of Doom.
They sure did. Hey, we're going to run to a quick break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Frank Sprankle on Sports World Radio. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escal, Frank Sprankle, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, Frank, where do you want to go? Oh, we got a new listener in the house. Let's say hello to Shaba.
Is it Shaba or Shaba?
Shaba, Shabu, Shaba. Welcome.
Shaba. Shaba. Okay, enough of me.
Okay, yeah, enough for you, you rep bastard. Okay, so he's Shaba. I don't know if male or female, but that person is obviously a New Orleans Saints fan.
And a terrific organization, a constant winner.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, you know what? I got to tell you, Shaba, or Shaba, or whatever your name is. Do you know what I got for Christmas?
What's that?
Okay, let me tell you. One of my Christmas gifts from my parents was the Drew Brees book.
Oh, God.
Hey, go God, what?
Drew
Don't
Brees.
like Drew Brees? I love the guy.
I don't need to read about him.
Yeah, but it's an interesting story about his life, and I would like, and I we talked about it, and I've wanted to read it for quite some time.
Hey, listen, listen. The guy played out here in San Diego. I don't need to read his story, okay?
It's hard to believe. Many people remember Drew Brees, obviously, for what he was able to do in New Orleans. But yeah, from 2000 to 2005, he was a member of.
He would have been the main quarterback if they didn't draft Rivers. I'll tell you that.
It's amazing though. It's amazing how things just haven't panned out for the Chargers since 1998 when Ryan Leaf was drafted.
What was that? Say that again.
It's amazing how things really haven't panned out for the Chargers since Ryan Leaf was drafted.
Correct.
And here's another thing too. I'll say this. Mentioning about Ron Wolf and him getting to the Hall of Fame early on in the hour, Bill Polian is a guy that is very deserving of the honor too. Think about this Hall of Fame class that will be inducted in canon. Yeah, sure, you got the likes of Tim Stone and Jerome Bennis, and of course, certainly there's going to be a lot of emotion. I can imagine in San Diego with Junior Seau, but you have two executives going into the Hall of Fame: Ron Wolf and Bill Polian.
Well, they both deserve it though.
Both deserve it. Well, Polian turned around the organization that was the Buffalo Bills,
Correct.
They didn't win a Super Bowl, but getting the 4 straight Super Bowls, great accomplishment as well. But you know what? Interesting about Polian too. I think Polian's biggest accomplishment was drafting Peyton Manning over Ryan Leaf. And I've heard the story how, of course, you have the scouting combine, and it's more than just the physical workout. It's also an interview process. You have players that sit down with interviewers, with the general manager, with the head coach. You have them sit down with various team personnel, and you go through an interview phase. And Bill Polian saw plenty of white flags in Ryan Leaf. And understand that the Indianapolis Colts had the number 1 draft pick in 1998.
Right.
And you could have surveyed 10 Colts fans leading up to the 1998 NFL draft. And the question was, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Peyton Manning, or is it going to be Ryan Leaf that's going to be drafted by the Colts with the number 1 overall pick? I have a feeling that you could have asked 10 Colts fans, and 7 or 8 of them would have said they wanted Ryan Leaf, because Leaf was the better quarterback coming out of the college ranks. Granted, he was still not done with his eligibility at that point. But this guy did have a cannonball arm. He had kind of an arm that you could maybe say rivaled Brett Favre potentially. But in the end, Ryan Leaf just didn't apply himself. He didn't care. He thought he could get by on talent alone. And that is what Bill Polian noticed in the interview. He noticed many white flags in Ryan Leaf. And with Peyton Manning, you got the clean-cut answers that you get now when he's with the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the Indianapolis Colts took Peyton Manning. And look at it this way. If the Colts don't take Peyton Manning, they don't win the Super Bowl, do they even stay in Indianapolis? Because they have that magnificent stadium, and I've been in it many times. I've even been on the field of it, Jeff. Lucas Oil Stadium. I've been everywhere in that stadium pretty much. It is a gem of a stadium. That stadium probably doesn't get built or playing somewhere else.
Correct.
So perhaps for me, the biggest accomplishment in the career of Bill Polian, and he's had many of them, drafting Peyton Manning over Ryan Leaf, because that literally saved an NFL team from relocating.
Yeah, definitely, and brought that franchise back to where it's supposed to, where it is now, actually.
And look at the Colts since 1998, and even going back to 1995, they did make it to the AFC Championship game, lost to the Steelers that year. But over the last 20 or so years almost, the Colts have been consistent. I mean, look at what the Colts have done with drafting Andrew Luck. Say what you want about Andrew Luck. His time may not be now, but his time is coming.
Oh, yeah, it's coming because
he's going to be. Listen, we saw Russell Wilson. We saw Tom Brady. We've seen Tom Brady in a number of Super Bowl Sundays.
Well, yeah. Well, how much?
Andrew Luck will be playing on Super Bowl Sunday very shortly.
How much longer are you going to see Tom Brady and Peyton Manning? They're not going to be in the league too much longer.
And that's another thing, too, about Tom Brady as well. Think about this here. Next year's Super Bowl, where is it? Santa Clara?
Yeah.
It's in Santa Clara.
No,
where's Tom Brady from? Northern California.
Yeah, it's
Grew
up in...
a 49ers fan, I believe.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Tickets to the 49ers. Went to many games in the 1980s idolized Joe Montana.
Yeah, it's in Levi
Could you
Stadium.
imagine here? And it's always tough to repeat. We saw that from the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday. It is tough to repeat. It'll be tough for the Patriots to even get back to the Super Bowl, I believe. But I do believe they can do it come the 2015 season. But imagine this. You have Tom Brady that's in an elite company of quarterbacks. 4 Super Bowl rings. 4 Super Bowl rings, only Terry Bradshaw and the idol of Joe Montana. They were the only 3 quarterbacks as of now to accomplish 4 Super Bowls. Could you imagine Tom Brady desperately wanting to return next year to the Super Bowl where it's in his home environment and win his 5th Super Bowl, which would put Tom Brady in an elite class all by himself? As a matter of fact, it would be called the Tom Brady class. The first quarterback to win 5 Super Bowls.
Hey, Shaba asks, what kind of league is going to be left after the elite quarterbacks retire? I shudder to think. Well, that's why, thank God, we got.
Question.
Well, that's why we got Luck. You got Russell Wilson. RG3 ain't doing a hill of beans right now.
The verdict's still out on RG3 for me.
So thankfully, we have Russell and RG3. We're going to lose Brady. We're going to lose Manning. We're going to lose Roethlisberger pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to lose all of them.
Yeah, we're going to lose.
We're still going to have Aaron Rodgers, though.
Oh, how much longer do you think he's going to play for? Another 5, 6 years?
Well, that's another thing, too. All right, listen, Aaron Rodgers is not going to retire quite soon. Obviously, the era of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, yeah, that's heading into its sunset. But understand this about Aaron Rodgers. He is 31 years old. And you look at Brady, who's going to be 38 in August. Peyton Manning in March will be 39.
Right.
You're talking about a guy that could play up till about he's 40 years old in Aaron Rodgers. So think about this. When Brady retires, when Peyton Manning retires, yeah, you mentioned Russell Wilson and Andrew Luck. They're going to have their time. And, yeah, Drew Brees, he's going to retire before long. But it will be the era. There's no question about it. The face of the league will be Aaron Rodgers.
You think so?
Well, I think it will be for a while.
I don't think
retire,
so.
And then who knows? Let me ask you this. We don't even know about some great quarterbacks coming up in the college ranks.
I happen to
Tom
think.
Brady. Nobody really knew about Tom Brady. The guy was a 199
Correct, but Frank, I
overall
happen
draft pick 6th round out of Michigan by the Patriots in 2000.
Correct, but Frank, I happen to think that the NFL is going to push Luck and Wilson more than they're going to push Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is older than them.
Don't you get a sense that Russell Wilson is already getting that huge push? Not quite Luck, but that's what winning a Super Bowl does for you.
Well, he got in.
Look at the commercials Wilson's doing.
Well, he got in back-to-back Super Bowls, too. Luck hasn't done that yet.
Well, Luck has not been to a Super Bowl, but I think the Colts, they need some work. But I think with the work, the Colts can be and win a Super Bowl one of these years.
Yeah, I think Luck is really close. And Wilson is up there.
I think you have to have the Brady, Peyton Manning era reach its complete sunset. But then again, Peyton Manning, the guy, you saw the divisional playoff game against the Colts. This guy looked like he couldn't throw the football anymore, at least for that one game.
Well, that's because he had a torn freaking something or other.
And that's another thing. I think Peyton Manning, does he come back? I say yes.
Well, he said he probably will come back.
I think Peyton Manning's going to do all he can to come back for the next 2 years of his contract. And you know that Peyton Manning, regardless of whether he wins another Super Bowl or 2 over these next 2 seasons, and that's as long as his Broncos contract runs out till 2016 season.
He's not going
to. You know Peyton's going to hang it up after 2016.
Yeah, and he ain't going to win a Super Bowl in Denver.
I mean, saying that Peyton Manning is going to hang it up after the 2016 season, that's pretty much a safe bet as the saying that Kobe Bryant is going to hang it up after next season.
What was that?
Well, Kobe Bryant, his contract's up after next season.
Yeah, he's got one more. Well, he's finished this year, so he's not going to go out like that. So you know he's going to play next year.
Let me ask you, I'm sure he wants to play because of the money.
Well, no, he's going to play because he doesn't want to go out because of an injury. That's what he's
right.
do.
I'm sure from the standpoint of Kobe Bryant, you know that heading into next season, he's probably going to say that this season will be my last because everybody knows that Kobe Bryant physically can't perform at the level that we were all accustomed to a good 10, 15 years ago.
Correct.
So here's what's going to happen. Kobe Bryant's going to put everything to rest. He's going to announce his retirement, and this is going to be like the Derek Jeter farewell tour. Only difference is it's going to be in Los Angeles and not New York.
Right. Exactly. Hey, let's run to our final break. You're listening to Jeff Escal, Frank Sprankle on Sports World Radio. We'll be right back.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to the final segment of the show. We've been rocking you guys for almost 2 hours. We do this each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
that would be 5 p.m.
There you go. See, some people know how to figure it out.
Hey, I figured out the Mountain Time Zone.
Well, yeah, that's an hour ahead of me.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
Correct.
People there are very fit and healthy.
Yeah. So Frank is with us each and every Tuesdays and Thursdays in the second hour of the show, and it's Frank's Hour. Frank, what do you want to talk about?
Well, why don't we talk about, all right, with the New England Patriots now having won their 4th Super Bowl in this Belichick-Brady era that has spanned now, 14 seasons? Understand this. This has been not only the 6th Super Bowl appearance for both Belichick and Brady as a whole, but what about the 7th Super Bowl for Robert Kraft as an owner? Let me ask you this, Jeff. Is it a safe assumption, in your opinion, like mine, that Robert Kraft may be the best owner the NFL has today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I think Robert Kraft is clearly best owner based on the success rate, based on the fact that this guy purchased the New England Patriots in 1994. He was a season ticket holder before that. We know about him and the Kraft Foods and then Kraft Foods. But this was a team that, and I was looking forward to talking this with Sean, but 2 years later after Kraft purchases the Patriots, they're in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they lose to the Green Bay Packers, but under Robert Kraft, this is a team that has been in 7 Super Bowls over the last 2+ decades of Robert Kraft ownership of the New England Patriots. They have won 4 Super Bowls. They have been consistent winners year in and year out.
Let me ask you a question, Frank.
You can ask me any question you want.
When was the last time they won one?
They won a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about Sunday or talking about before Sunday?
Before Sunday.
Before Sunday?
Yeah.
10 years earlier, 10 years ago in Jacksonville.
Exactly. 10 years ago.
They have won 4 Super Bowls in 7 tries under ownership. In the 2
The last time they won one was 10 years ago. They lost the last 2 they were in, didn't they?
They lost the last 2.
Okay, exactly.
Yes, they did. But all right, then who do you think is the best owner in all of football? And I know it's not Jerry Jones, in your opinion.
I don't know right now. It's hard to say.
All right, well, fine. If you don't know who it is, I'm going to say in my opinion, and let me tell you this. This is when you do sports talk radio, it's not a matter of 2 + 2 = 4. You could say 2 + 2 = 5. That's a wrong answer. In sports talk radio, there's no right or wrong answer here. And I'm saying that Robert Kraft, I believe, is the best owner in the NFL today. All right, well, let's take a look at the Patriots before Robert Kraft. Granted, they made one Super Bowl. That was in the 1985 season. But this was a team that had a lot of disappointment. It seemed that it was a revolving door of head coaches.
Well,
there were many losing seasons. I know there was a rough spot in the late 1990s.
Well, Robert Kraft, Frank, Robert Kraft's only hired 2 coaches in his stint as owner.
Yeah, Pete Carroll
and
Bill Belichick.
Correct.
The 2 Super Bowl coaches from Sunday.
Correct. Those are the only 2 coaches he's ever hired to coach the New England Patriots. He inherited Bill Parcells.
Since 1969, only 3. There have only been 3 coaches in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers going back to 1969.
He
inherited late Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin, as of now.
Yeah, when Kraft took over the Patriots, he inherited Bill Parcells as the coach. He didn't hire Bill.
All right. My mistake there if I said he hired Bill.
He didn't hire. Yeah, he was already there.
You didn't say it. There were many coaching hires before.
Correct.
Before Kraft came into the picture, and yes, Parcells was there. But there were many losing seasons before Kraft entered the picture in New England.
There was many losing seasons when Kraft entered the picture.
Yes, and there were a few in the late 90s under Pete Carroll.
Before they got going.
But what about the fact that he's built a nice stadium, too? That's one of the best. Gillette Stadium is one of the best stadiums in the NFL, according to many.
I've never been there, so I don't know.
Well, I'm just going by what many people have said in terms of what Gillette Stadium is. And it opened in 2002, the year after the Patriots won their first Super Bowl.
Correct.
They've definitely, like, from the standpoint of making money and being profitable, Robert Kraft has helped made the New England Patriots profitable.
You know, that's a good point, Josh. Josh says Tom Brady has not won a Super Bowl where the outcome of the Super Bowl came from either the defense or a game-winning field goal.
Hey, that is a good point. Yes, that is a good point, Josh.
So
a terrific point. Well, Donovan McNabb never won a Super Bowl. He played in one.
Yeah, well, he's
as Shabab would say, and he's out of the league now.
Right. And that could very well have been Tom Brady's last Super Bowl.
Talking about Super Bowl 39 a decade ago, Jacksonville.
Well, this Super Bowl that he just won on Sunday could have very well been his last one.
Possibly? Wait. All right, possibly. Then there's another question, too. And I was watching the game. I was talking to my dad after the game. Do you look at retiring now while you've won your last Super Bowl? Do you make if you're Belichick and Brady, you just retire now? For Super Bowls.
See, I love that. Go out on top.
I understand where you're coming from. Make the last moment your defining moment.
Correct.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm going to disagree with you.
They're not going to, though. You know that. They're not going to.
No, they're not going to, and I don't think they should, because there's a golden opportunity. I mentioned about Brady having an opportunity somewhere down the road, and it's a short road it's going to be, to win 5 Super Bowls. What about Bill Belichick? There's only been one coach that has won 4 Super Bowls, and the late Chuck Noll opened up the door on Sunday to Bill Belichick, because Belichick and Noll are the only two coaches in history of the NFL to have won 4 Super Bowls.
With one team.
And that's one team, 2 teams, 10 teams. You're right. With one team. And how about the fact, too, that Brady and Belichick are the second head coach quarterback combo to win 4 Super Bowls outside of Noll and Bradshaw.
That's pretty impressive right there.
Why not go for 5?
Well, what happens if he gets hurt?
He gets hurt. It was worth the effort. It was a great career.
Something can happen kind of like a Joe Theismann thing.
And you were at that game.
Yeah, I sure was.
And by the way, I saw that injury on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. That was a great injury.
I did catch, believe it or not, I did see the Monday Night Football broadcast of Joe Theismann breaking his leg.
He got hammered.
Courtesy of Lawrence. I saw it Saturday night, Jeff.
Lawrence Taylor and Harry Carson.
I saw it. That was a great linebacking core by the Giants that won the Super Bowl in '86. But I saw that. I saw the injury live on Saturday, and I was thinking about you for a brief second, saying to myself, you know what, Jeff, you were at that game.
Yeah, I was at that game. I heard the crack. It was great.
That game was in Washington.
Huh?
Was that game that game was in Washington?
No, that game was in New York.
I'm pretty sure it was in Washington.
Was it? No, it was in New York, wasn't it?
Let's check.
I'm pretty sure it was in New York. I'm so old I can't even remember.
That's all right. Hey, I can't remember what I did yesterday. It really wasn't much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in New York.
Let me see. Monday Night Football. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm saying it was Washington, but it doesn't matter. You were at that game, and let me ask you: when you were at that game, did you notice the injury at first?
I heard it in the stands.
Well, I'm just saying it's just hard to believe that. Where were you sitting?
I was halfway up the 50-yard line.
Oh, so you had great seats,
Yeah.
but halfway up, you weren't field level.
No, I was field level halfway up, so I could see over
Okay,
the
all right.
players.
So you could probably that's where you heard snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah.
Joe Theismann broke his leg.
Yeah,
he's
because
into a broadcast booth.
halfway up, you could see if you sit down in the first 10 rows, you can't see over the players, man.
Right.
You know? So you sit up like row 15, 16, 18, 20 up there, and you can see.
Let me ask you. I just want you to think about. Like I said, I think Robert Kraft's the best owner in the NFL based on the success over the last 20 years. If you don't know who's the best owner in the NFL, fine. You ought to think about that, though. Just think about who would you consider to be the best owner in the NFL, and I know you and I are going to agree it's not Jerry Jones.
I don't know, man. Me don't know. I'm still trying to think of that one.
Trying to think of that one. All right, well,
Yeah,
go ahead and think about it. I'm going to say it's Robert Kraft.
I don't think it's Kraft. I don't think it's...
Certainly not Jones.
It's
I'll
not
tell you
Jerry
what,
Jones.
It's not
No.
Virginia Hallis McCaskey.
No.
That's a definite.
No. Who's the executive for Green Bay?
Ted Thompson.
He's been doing a hell of a job over there.
You can make and that's another. You can make a great. Like I said, Ron Wolf took over. Came to the Green Bay Packers in the early 1990s. The Green Bay Packers have been a model for consistency over the last 2+ decades. And understand, the Packers are owned by the town. You purchase stock. But yes, Ted
Correct.
Thompson is arguably one of the best, if not the best, executive that the NFL has today.
Right. Yeah, he's doing a really good job over there. Hey, really quick, before we get out of here, I know you're a baseball fan. You getting excited?
I love it.
You getting excited?
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, it's like hibernation. There's no question about it. I look forward to watching the first spring training games, and I think the first spring training game is around March 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. I know it's the first week of March. I guarantee you that I will be watching MLB Network heavily that week because I try to watch every spring training game possible. As a matter of fact, that's how I like to spend my Sundays if I'm not doing anything, watching baseball. And not only that, I get the MLB Extra Innings package. Jeff, let me ask you, what's your favorite day? What's your favorite sports day of the year?
What's my favorite sports day of the year?
Only one sports day of the year. I think I know what it is, but I want to hear it from you.
It's the Final Four, probably.
Major League Baseball opening day.
No, it's probably the Final Four for me.
For you, that's
although
Jeff Escoff, for Frank Sprankle, Major League Baseball opening day.
Although Major League Baseball opening day is pretty fun.
It is because you look ahead to the lazy days. It's more than just a baseball season.
It's even, you know what? It's really fun when you have a press pass and you get to go hang out on the field and do all the fun stuff that the press folks get to do on opening day. That's fun, yes.
It's great. I cannot wait for baseball. Like I said, I know I'm going to hear different opinions, but I can come up with 100 reasons why baseball is the best game on earth.
And on that note, we're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow for another 2 hours of sports talk. 6 o'clock on the west. 6 o'clock on the east, 3 o'clock on the west. And if you live in the central?
5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Mountain.
There you go. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. For Frank Sprankle, I'm Jeff Escal. That was Sean Mann. Peace out, bitches.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's